So it is still the live coverage of this special event. The closing gong ceremony for today was actually done by the chairman of the channel's media group, Mr. John Momo OON, where he led the management team to this closing for today. It's all part of events lined up for this week to celebrate 21 years of professional broadcasting of Channels Television. It's been a very interesting day. Everybody seems to be of the opinion that we should have more organizations, media organizations coming to listen in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Channels Television is one of many that has actually come to sound the closing gong. And I'm hoping to be joined in just a bit by the chairman of the media group, who will be talking to us about today's event. He's quite excited about it, especially as he said in just a few minutes ago about how he's visited the Nigerian Stock Exchange before, but not to be on the other side where he climbed today. He climbed the podium to speak to the capital markets community and to thank them for their continued support in growing the channel. So I'm being joined now by the chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo OON. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Momo. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Harriet. Nice to be here.
It's great to have you join me. And you see, having you leading the management team with the excellent executive vice chairman, we see the market close in positive territory, and it's a welcome development to have you come on the market, especially since we've had so many conversations with some of the stockbroking community asking when will Channels Television come to the market.
First, I react to the fact that the markets went up today, and that's very positive. As the DG said, we should come here every day. That in essence means that they're knocking on our door to say, come and list. The answer to that is that as soon as we're ready, we'll get on board. But I'm very delighted to be here with the management team, vice chairman and the rest of the team. It's deja vu for me. I've been here before, not on that stage as you said. But coming to the stock exchange, having worked with them over the years, 20 years and calling, I think it's good to put some faces to those people that I relate to all the time, but particularly the DG who's been a great supporter of Channels TV. And we are very, very, very strong in business and financial reporting. So it's like the icing on the cake for me to come here and use this as part of our celebration of our 21st anniversary.
But then you see, a lot of people have also called for an improved reportage of the exchange. Are you going to be working very closely with the Nigerian Stock Exchange to improve the reporting, maybe live instead of the regular reporting that we have? Absolutely.
We had some technical and logistic problems in trying to get some of our equipment in here, and that's been resolved now with all the refurbishment of the stock exchange. I think we're just about set. The docks they seem to be in a row now, so we'll be ready to go. And when we do that, it's something that we accentuate very well.
Thank you so much for coming on the program this afternoon, and we'd like to congratulate you again for making today's historic moment and sounding the closing gong. It's not very often you have your boss coming to the job, but thank you so much for coming on the program.
Congratulations are due to you as well.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for all our viewers. Thank you so much.
So do you want to give us a shout out? From the exchange, it's going to be a little different.
It's thank you, and thank you for all your support over the years. Our clients, our friends, our families, well-wishers, and indeed the viewers. I must say, you're very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. John Momo OON, Chairman of Channels Media Group. Thank you for coming on this special coverage of the closing gong ceremony here at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Of course, so many other things will be coming up in the course of the week as we continue to celebrate 21 years of professional broadcasting. Channels Television is your home for the news, and of course, when it comes to reporting accurately about the capital market, you know that you can tune in to Channels Television. So I'll be joined in just a moment by one of our regulars who also joins us frequently on the program to talk about the markets and of course the trading for the day, whether it's bullish, whether it's bearish. Rotimi Fakaijo is an equities trader and he's the CEO of Enterprise Stockbrokers. He'll be joining me to talk about today's visit by the Channels Media Group. Rotimi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me on the program. It's great to have you here with me live. So we had the Channels Media Group closing the market market, sounding the closing gong. It must be an interesting one for you. Speaking to you earlier today, you actually told me how the capital market is actually anticipating their visit.
Well, it's been a very lovely one today, and a very interesting one at it. We've been seeing the market oscillating, and it's a good thing that on this day that Channelstv came here, the market is closing positive. And I think with the kind of contribution that Channelstv has made to the Nigerian capital market, they are balanced reporting, and I believe they've been a partner. Channelstv has been a partner to this market and even to the Nigerian economy. And having visited the Nigerian Stock Exchange today as a visitor, closing the hitting the closing gong, I believe strongly that it is most appropriate that one day, very soon, we have the chairman coming here to close the market as a chairman of a quoted company on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Well, he's actually said that it's in the works. But for today, let's talk about what further contributions you're expecting from that you think that the media can make in the revival and further development of the market.
Well, I think to a great extent, our channels has been doing its own bits concerning the capital market, especially the equity market. For some other media houses, I think the kind of reporting that has been done, I think needs to be more fine-tuned in such a way that even when an event happens on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, it shouldn't be outrightly portrayed as negative. Rather, it should be giving an instance. The market drops today, dropped yesterday by about 0.23%, and that is given. But to now say market goes down today, losing 60 billion, a lot of investors, their hearts, they may not be able to hold it. But the way, I believe they should take a cue from what Channelstv is doing. And more so for the fact that what we will also want you in Channelstv to do, to give more events on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, more coverage. Anytime there is any event going on, at least that will go to the hearts of the people and will keep them alive about the continuity of the Nigerian equity market.
So talk to us about today's trade.
Well, today's trade, I think, is still here and there, and we're still very much expecting the December rally. It's definitely going to come, and we've already seen rally in some securities, especially 40 oil. Today again, it's chalked up by about 10%, closing at 87.42 kobo, and the market will have closed much stronger than it did, but for the last minute drop that we saw in Nigerian bureaus, we've been seeing a lot of volume coming for that particular security, and we expect that very shortly we'll see that being reflecting in the price of that particular security. And also for the volume for today, I think Wema Bank is again giving a lot of contribution to that. And there are so many questions coming on with respect to Wema Bank, but we believe that it's just some of those normal transactions. We've seen 500 million done in a day. At another time, about 300 million. Today, over 100 million. So I think it's just normal transactions, and I believe that investors' interest is actually coming up at this point in time, because about 2 weeks from back, we'll be having an average daily value of about 1.1 billion. But I think in recent time, day before yesterday, we had over 3 billion traded. Yesterday we had over 2.6 billion traded. So the value is increasing by the day, and I think definitely we are coming back to where we used to be.
All right, Rotimi, thank you so much for joining me on the program this afternoon. It's a pleasure to have you talk to us as we come to do a historic move here at the exchange. We're sounding the closing gong, but I would really like for you to do us a 2-second shout out to thank Channelstv for being partners in progress.
Channelstv, we are really proud of you. The Nigerian equity market is proud of you. And we, just as we have prayed earlier on, that we go from strength to strength, and the Lord God Almighty will help the management of the exchange to actually do, management of Channelstv to continue to do what they have been doing. and at the same time keep up the good work. Channel, the Nigerian equity market loves you.
Thank you so much, Rotimi Fakaijo, for your thoughts this afternoon. And so we're still we're going to be wrapping up now this very special coverage from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I'll be joined momentarily by Channel's Business News editor Bosun Omofaye as we wrap up this particular coverage for today. It's a special coming live from Lagos Island Marina, where the Nigerian Stock Exchange is actually located, and today Channel's media group, led by the chairman of the group, Mr. John Momo OON, sounded the closing gong as part of events commemorating a week-long lineup of events to celebrate Channel's 21 years of professional broadcasting. So let's bring in Bosun Omofaye, Channel's Business News editor, and let's wrap up this conversation. Bosun, thank you so much for joining me again. And you know, at a point I wasn't sure where you were, whether your hair was there, but it's good to to see how much they love us at the Nigerian Stock Exchange and how much they welcomed Channel's media group today.
Well, this is something that is really earned. This is really earned. This is not just about love. It's because there's been professionalism. It's because we've shown our potential, we show promise, and we've been able to prove that. And that is what the market really wants. Investors want proof. The financial markets, the stock market is not about sentiments. It's not it's not a romantic affair. It's about whether you have facts, you have figures, you have integrity, there's accountability, there's transparency, and you are able to deliver. That is what the market is all about. And that is what Channel has been able to enjoy over the last 2 decades.
Thank you so much, Bosun, for wrapping that up for us very nicely. Now, thank you so much also for being a part of today's event, the closing gong, sounding the closing gong at the Nigerian Stock Exchange by the chairman, CEO of Channel's Media Group, Mr. John Momo OON, who led management and staff here to actually sound this gong. And we'd also like to thank everyone who stayed with us to make sure that this event was a success. I'm Harriet Agbini, signing out from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Bye-bye.